A time to trust. A season to walk with God like never before. A call to build the house of the Lord. August 22, 2022 was a very special day in the life of God's Flock Christian Fellowship. After much prayer and a season of discernment, the members of the church gathered and voted to purchase a property located in Fort Lee, New Jersey. This will be the new site of the church. Amid a global pandemic, increasing economic challenges, and the uncertainty of the times, God called us to walk by faith and trust Him with all our hearts. After 21 years since its founding, God's Flock Christian Fellowship is ready for a home it can call its own. God's Flock Christian Fellowship traces its roots to its founding in the Philippines 40 years ago by Pastor Nene Maniago. It started humbly as a small Bible study group composed of families who had a desire to know the Lord more through His Word. By His grace, this ministry has given birth to congregations in Japan, New Zealand, Philippines, and the U.S. that are all committed to proclaim the gospel of Jesus Christ, disciple people from all age groups, and be a blessing to their respective communities. God is faithful indeed. All these years, we have seen the faithfulness of God as our ministries flourished and as God continued to teach the lives of individuals and families by the power of His love. He is sustaining us from glory to even greater glory. Indeed, if we trust the Lord with all our hearts, He will lead the way. We are deeply grateful that a Church of the Nazarene became channels of God's help and provision. Through the support and the leadership of Dr. Sam Vassell, District Superintendent of Metro New York District, Church of the Nazarene, Reverend Dr. Jeffrey Barker, Director of Clergy and Congregational Life and Executive Director of Palmer Institute, and Reverend Bruce Bernard, Director of Operations and Finance Executive Director of Manhattan Initiative, the church was able to secure a loan and purchase the property. GFCF is deeply grateful that God has provided a temporary home while we are pursuing this glorious work. Maranatha Church of the Nazarene lovingly and graciously opened its doors to GFCF so that we can continue to worship and fellowship while the church building project gained ground. Pastor Jan Rizzo, Senior Pastor of Maranatha Church, together with their leaders and members, ushered us into their church with so much encouragement, care, and support. On January 29, 2023, the pastors and church leaders took a step of faith and held a day of prayer and consecration in the new property to commit to the hands of the Lord this great work. It was truly a time of worship, declaration, and affirmation of our dependence on God. After many years of prayer and ministry, our church is ready to move in faith to pursue the dream that God has laid in our hearts for many years now. God will finish the work that He has started in us and through us. The church building project seems such an overwhelming task, but we are trusting the Lord every step of the way for His wisdom, grace, provisions, and miracles. We are touched by the generosity of those who already gave donations and made pledges for the project. We are equally in awe of the efforts of our very own members who initiated various fundraising initiatives to support this worthy and precious endeavor. We are praying that you will partner with us so that we can give birth to this dream. Our heart's desire is to equip our children and youth to continue God's glorious work. Our prayer is that more families will experience God's presence and sustaining grace. Our hope is to continue to serve the needs of others and be a blessing to the community. Our commitment is to Jesus Christ and the message of His love, mercy, and grace. Together, let us build the house of the Lord. Together, let us continue to do His work.